Now, if we put two and two together, I basically went to the registrar and asked them, hey, can I major in three things? And, you know, hearing that, they're like looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm just like, so stop thinking about it.
Can you play that
we
again?
just start it off? Start it off. Start it off. Start it off. Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Destiny Arianna, and today I'm back with another video. It's actually Thanksgiving and I'm shooting this, so that's why I'm all dressed up. But as you can see in the title, I changed my major again. Now you see, I've always been one of those people who are like, you know, when I choose a major, I'm gonna stick with that major and that's gonna be it. And I guess this case is somewhat different just because it's not like I'm completely changing my major and going into a new thing. I'm acquiring new interest, you know, and that's basically what's happening. So I'm gonna update you guys on my major change, on what's going on now. This is a quick update video, and if you want to know what's up with me, what my new majors are, stay tuned and keep watching. So if you've been following me for some time, you know that I originally was an Africana Studies major and a visual arts minor. What's so funny now that I'm looking back on this is I came into college anticipating that I would be a sociology major. I thought I was going to be a sociology major, or an Africana Studies major with a French minor. I don't know, y'all, like, when people say you change your mind in college and your interests change and all those things change, they are not lying to you. I don't know if I spoke about this a lot, but now that we're talking about majors, I think that it's crucial that I say it. But originally, like, I came into college, like I said, thinking I was going to be a sociology major. I took intro to Soc and I really liked it. I liked the terminology and such. Then I took a 2000 level Soc class. I basically figured out that the social sciences isn't something that's as exciting to me as other classes that I've experienced were. So I still continue to take social classes, but I knew that this wasn't something I wanted to major in. And then I went on the website and I saw what was in the major and I was like, yeah, you know, maybe Soc is not for me. I don't really remember if I talked about this a lot in other videos, but as you guys know, I took French in high school and I thought I was gonna be a French minor because I really love the language. But then I took French in college and I originally scored into or placed into the intermediate course. And that was really hard for me because in my high school, like, I learned French, but in us switching to the IB curriculum, I missed out on a lot of basic French and hopped right into something that's advanced. So I missed out on a lot of things, conjugations, terminology. I just wasn't as strong in speaking as I should have been understanding. So placing into intermediate was actually more stressful than it should have been. And I definitely feel like I should have started in beginners. But instead of acknowledging that, I thought I could just push through because I thought that, you know, I placed into it like I should be able to handle this. And honestly, like, I just should have started over to build my confidence. And basically just go over things that I didn't know, learn new things and such. So, you know, what's also interesting about language at Bowdoin is it's very time consuming. And I feel like if you're not really passionate about completely learning a language and immersing yourself in the language, then it's not for you. Just because they require you to take, you know, the intro level or the elementary level courses, intermediate and then advanced, and then you have a speaking hour with those three levels of coursework. So for me, doing everything else that I was doing, I just didn't love the language enough to put myself through that much stress. But fast forwarding to junior year, I declared a Africana Studies major, visual arts minor my sophomore year. But now, you know, I finessed myself in the sense that I'm currently a junior and I have already completed all of my graduation requirements. And I'm an Africana Studies major, so the only thing that I had left was my capstone, which is a 3000 level seminar. So I was basically finished with my major, my requirements, and the only things I had really left to do were my visual arts requirement, for my minor. This past year, I told you guys in my other schedule video, the courses that I'm taking this semester. So I'm taking an African Americans in Art, Central African Art, Painting 1, and Ethnographic Film. And these classes have opened so many doors for me, so many opportunities. And basically, you know, with my research and with the classes I'm taking and with the people that I've met in my reflection, the AFM 50 weekend, your girl was in a stump. As an artist, I started to realize how much art history is influential in what I'm learning and how much art history informs my artwork, as well as my artwork informing how I understand art history. Like, as an artist, I feel like I understand art history in a completely different lens because I understand and I can put myself in the shoes of the artist, you know. But then in looking at work and critiquing work, I understand that art historian perspective. So like having that and taking those courses at the same time as I'm in a visual arts courses really informed how I understand my classes and how I'm thinking. So, you know, I started to realize that art history is something I'm really passionate about, you know. And along with that, I really started to love visual arts. And I realized, hey, like, I'm already done with my major. I have, 3 semesters left. What am I going to do? I don't really feel like branching out into new things just because I want to start becoming an expert in what I'm doing. I want to continue to immerse myself in my studies and really take advantage of my undergraduate experience. I'm sorry if my voice is like going in and out. It's being weird right now. But I basically just wanted to take advantage of the courses that are available here and the opportunities that I can get within my fields of interest. After the Afrin 50 weekend, listening to David Driscoll speak, who was a very famous African-American artist, but he's also an art historian, you know, and I never really understood that connection until, you know, hearing it from professors and then also listening to him speak. That really allowed me to understand, like, hey, this is something you might really want to consider, especially like going into academia, you know, wanting to be a professor and everything that you're doing with your research and trying to understand how artists are trained and, you know, how we understand art. And, you know, how do we break away from these Eurocentric systems of teaching, you know, and how do we acknowledge all of the different types of people who are in this field? And, you know, those different types of things started to come together, and all of my interests happen to be interdisciplinary. So I'm just like, you know, why can't I do both? I'm at a liberal arts school. I can definitely do both. I'm like, hey, I think I want to add a double major. So I was going to add visual arts and make it from a minor to a major. So I was going to be in Africana Studies and visual arts double major. And then I was going to change my minor to art history. So in looking at that, you know what you do when you're searching for your majors and minors, you go on the school's website and you go to the department and you look at the requirements. You can see the courses that you need and the requirements, basically like course levels, all those things. So in doing that, I ran into multiple problems of basically realizing, hey, I have 12 more classes that I can take. That's crazy. I have 3 more semesters of college and I have 12 more courses that I'm going to take in my undergraduate career. Anyway, basically looking at that and really seeing, hey, you know, there's so many courses that are going to overlap and I don't think I'm going to take this, but it's something I really want to do. For the rest of my undergraduate career, I really wanted to immerse myself in art history and visual arts and really practice and get that background in those fields because that's something I'm really interested in. So I'm like, if I'm doing all that, why don't I get the credit for it? Like, I don't understand why I would not. You know, and people always stress that, you know, your major and minor doesn't matter. And like, I can see that, but I also feel like if you're going to spend your time doing something, especially me knowing what my passions are, I'm honestly going to take full advantage of that, you know, take all the courses I can. And if I'm doing it and I can double major, I'm gonna double major because that's just me. Like, if I can get the credit for taking all the classes, why wouldn't I do it? It's not even about me like trying to overdo it or do a bunch of things, you know. I basically just really wanted to immerse myself in these fields and taking the courses that I need to take, and even putting the requirements that I have left. I still have a couple classes left over that I can have my own free time to do, like a dance class or do whatever I want to do and like relax and like give myself a breather, you know. Basically, I talked to a few people. And in doing so, I realized that Bowdoin has a art history and visual arts interdisciplinary major. So basically what that is it combines the art history minor and the visual arts minor and basically makes it a major. So it's basically, like I just said, 2 minors that have been created into a major. Once I realized that they offered that, honestly, I just felt like this was a perfect option for me because I was going to minor in visual arts and now I wanted to add an art history minor as well. So if I could just take those and make those into a major, I thought that honestly would be perfect. I went to the registrar and I basically ran into a problem because what I realized is I had already had a major, which was Africana Studies, and I was proposing to add a interdisciplinary major. Now, if we put 2 and 2 together, I basically went to the registrar and asked them, hey, can I major in 3 things? And, you know, hearing that, they're like looking at me like I'm crazy, and I'm just like, Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I promise I put so much thought into this and I know what I'm talking about. Like, please. But, you know, because it is protocol, I had to go speak to the Dean of Academic Affairs. In doing that, I basically had to advocate for myself and explain why I thought this was the best option for me. You know, after explaining it to him, I feel like everything became clear to me, and I just really felt passionate, and I felt like they could sense that as well. So after that, a couple days later, later that day, I went back to the registrar. I'm like, hey, it's me again. I talked to the person he wanted me to talk to, and he approved of it. So I got approved, and they put it in, and now your girl is officially a Africana Studies, Art History, and Visual Arts major. So, you know, it's technically 2 majors, but that sounds like 3 to me. I could claim 3, I could claim 2. I'm still putting in the work, so, you know, it's honestly whatever, but I'm just really happy to have that, and to feel like I'm really taking advantage of the courses that are available, really immersing myself in something that I'm passionate about. The major really doesn't matter to me as much. It's more so me really immersing myself in the courses and coursework that mean the most to me, where I can learn the most, where I can grow the most. So I'm really grateful to have that opportunity, and I'm really grateful that Bowdoin allowed me to, you know, shoot for what I'm shooting for, because like I'm saying this like it's so easy, but it's really not. Like, I've been just strategically thinking about my courses since I was a freshman, you know, thinking about, okay, I want to get these out the way. So during my junior and senior year, I could have this freedom to really do what I want. And I'm doing that now, so it's really cool. I just really wanted to update you guys on that, because I think it's something big, and it's something that you don't really hear about. Like, a triple threat, triple major, what? But yeah, like, I think I'm super excited about it. It's also gonna just teach me what I can really do with my artistic talent. Like, I don't want to just be an artist. I want to be an informed artist. I want to be an intellectual artist. Like, I want to be able to have these conversations, you know, with art historians and with artists, and just like really indulge myself in this world that I'm so passionate about, you know. And really just realizing what I'm going to do for graduate school. Like, I don't think I'll really understand if I want to get my MFA or go into graduate school and, you know, take an art history, art education path. You know, like, I really have no idea what I want to do, and I think this is the best way that I can do that, is by immersing myself into something and just really seeing how it makes me feel, you know. But those are my updates. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. I see it in your eyes. I see it in your eyes. I can tell that you